All right, we're live. Mr. Frankie Perrone is on the show tonight.
Hey everyone, well, thanks for having me.
As well as Steve Santucci was able to make it on a Thursday because his archaeology class was canceled tonight. I guess they couldn't dig. The ground was getting too frozen for him to start digging. So Tooch is here tonight, as well as Justin Ryan.
Hey, everybody!
Rob Adams is here too. And our producer, the producer AV guy, who's very cranky because a lot of pictures were sent to him at the last minute. I didn't hear it. I couldn't stop complaining. Frankie Donati. Frankie.
Yo.
All right. Frankie's got a little bit connection going right now, which isn't so bad.
I'm good.
Actually.
I'm good. I didn't
And we
complain
are
that
happy
much,
for-
but if it
and as
feels
everybody
better,
can see-
then we're good.
All right. But Frankie Donati's hair is growing back on his face, which we're all really happy about because it's really tough looking at that face with no hair, Frank. And we actually get into depth about that on the
Especially up close with a cat biting your ear. That was creepy.
When this show ends tonight about 9:30, the new episode 39, will drop. It is a fucking great show. This is one of my favorite episodes. So I hope people listen to it because Tim Ryan was on the show and we get back into that whole touching of the models shit. And it got really crazy and it got really fun and it was good. So definitely got to look out for that drop tonight around 9:30, 10 o'clock. So Mr. Perrone, you are the man of the hour and a half for us tonight. My good friend Frankie. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing good, Frank. I'm glad you're here. My fellow Islander fan. If anybody has my son is okay, Christopher. My son is over here because Debbie's out. So I got Christopher.
You're good. We can't hear him. He's not coming through.
Frankie, my fellow Jet fan, Islander fan. You're a Met fan, right, too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Definitely with degenerates in the sports world.
Yay, sports.
Well, Knicks fans, too. All right,
Bet
well,
on something,
Frank,
Justin.
Well,
So
I gotta
anyway-
say, the Islanders are up 2-0 right now.
he's my sports guy, too. Well, listen, Frank, I'm glad you're here. We're definitely going to talk about your work, and you know I love your work. You do great stuff. I consider you more of a Russian armor guy, but you do a lot of other things. We're going to talk about a lot of it. First, I want you to talk about yourself a little bit. This is a time for you to build yourself up a little bit, Frank. I want you to speak very highly of yourself as you're talking about how you got into the hobby, what you like to build, why you build it, and then we'll get into some of your work. How's it sound?
Yeah, sure. Well, just like everybody, you start when younger. I didn't have anybody really mentor me in the hobby. I just found models when I was younger, usually in a Woolworths or 7-Eleven, and started building there. As I got older, I kind of got away from the actual model building. I got into the world of gaming, tabletop gaming. And, I played 40K for a long time. As a matter of fact, I have most of my figures still. I have a large Imperial Guard army of all pewter figures from the early 80s. Did that for quite a while, and then I kind of dabbled back into modeling as I got older. Started joining the Long Island clubs. I actually was a founding member of the Staten Island Club, which only lasted for a couple of years. And then life gets in the way, kind of. I became a New York City fireman, kind of put modeling aside for a couple of years. It was kind of tough. Had young kids, life just gets in the way. No time for modeling. And then I picked it up later on, probably about 10 years into it. And here I am, and back with you guys. And my primary interests are Russian armor, but I'll build anything out there. I like a good challenge, even more so with the photo etching. I've taken on a bit more scratch building, especially with a lot of metal work, a lot of copper.
We lost Rob Adams. I don't know where he went. So until he starts showing again, we're going to stay with the 5 spot. I don't know where Rob Adams went. He probably fell off his chair.
No, but
I'm digging watching you make. I'm digging watching you make those fenders. That thing's like a freaking a local tweaker's dream.
It's like a shiny penny, right? You know what? That kit was. I was inspired by Adam Wilder's book that came out, Layering Techniques.
Yeah, that's a great book.
He did that build in that book.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I've been looking for that kit, that SU 101.
Yeah, we found it at the ArmorCon, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got 3 prize kits at that ArmorCon this year. I got both SU 76i kits, the Russian
But the
one, and the
Panzer one, I
German
did that. Yeah, I got that done. Yeah.
and then I got this one. And as soon as I got home, I just started tearing the box open.
No, you did. You were home. Like you fucking got home, and you're like sending pictures of your fenders. I'm like, Frankie, you just fucking got home.
I didn't wait 5 minutes to start cutting the fenders off.
Nah, I'm glad. Listen, that's very inspiring. So, Frank, you do really good stuff, man. Your picture taking needs a little work. We're going to
Needs a
talk
lot of
about that another time. But we're gonna definitely get into your work. No, you do good stuff, and you really take risks with your builds. You definitely go that extra mile to try to add that detail on the model, which makes it your own. You're making your model your own, which I like. That's what I like.
What I'm trying to do.
Right. You're not building out of the box. You're taking something, you're adding detail to make it your own. And that's a part of the hobby that I'm really trying to keep a hold of. You know, I know we take a lot of shit, at least I do, when I start talking about like, you know, 3D print this, or everybody's putting 3D printed shit on there. And that's a debate for another show. And there will be a show talking a live cast.
We don't need to debate that anymore.
No, there will be a debate on that because people want to come after you about it, but I'll have that debate.
I think we discussed that. You know, I use 3D printed parts, but there's nothing like making parts on your own.
At this point, we're with that debate, we are actually beating bottles of glue because that has been beaten to death so much.
No, there'll always be that debate, and we're not going to get into it now because this is Frankie's time. But we'll talk, and I just wanted to say about how Frankie built his models. That a lot of people, you know, not a lot of people doing that right now. Not a lot. There's certain things that you do need to use photo etch or metal to do and so on and so forth. But there's a lot of other things that you can just go and just get, you know, have someone print it for you or buy some, you know, something from, you know, a 3D printing company. We're going to forget about this talk right now. We're going to talk about your shit. We have a lot of good guys in the chat, which is great. There's a lot of people in the room right now early, which is nice to see. A lot of great guys in here. A lot of the regulars. Tim is on. We got Rob from Red Beach in there. My good buddy, John Stimmitz is here as usual. I want to get John on a live case. He'll never do it though because he'll make an excuse why he can't. He's a big Islander fan too, Frank.
Is he?
Yeah, nice. John's a big. You've met John. Did you ever meet John Stimitz? I think you did.
Was he at ArmorCon?
If you saw him, you would know him. Yeah. I don't know. John didn't make it to ArmorCon this year. I don't think. But big Islander Met fan too. We all get along too. You'll love him. But a lot of guys in here, man. So we're going to talk about some. Yeah, no respect to Boston. Nah, no one likes Boston, Rob. Fuck those guys. And Russ is in here too. So and there's Steve.
There is.
And my man Jason Hanscom is in there too.
Jason Hanscom is in here. Yep. And I have my glasses on, so I can't really see the chat the best, but I can only see vaguely right now. But it's good. Dean is in here too, which is great. So we're going to have a good time tonight. All right, so let's start looking at your stuff here, Frankie. Mr. Donati, my AV producer, let's step it up and tell Anya to keep her mouth shut or mute your mic, Justin. She's coming through. You're smiling at me like uncomfortably. Just tell your daughter to keep her mouth shut, all right? I'm on poor Justin. I'm
muted. We're good.
I'm joking with you, dude. You get all nasty. All right, so hold on a minute. I know this kit. This is that Churchill, right? Or whatever it was. Not a Churchill.
This is the 3-inch gun carrier, which I also picked up at ArmorCon, but last year.
Right, and this was a kind of like the night shift inspired build, right? Kind of,
absolutely, sort of. Yeah, through one of the weathering books, I believe.
Yeah, I think I said that to you. Did I sing in the article? He did this for one of the weathering books, you know, X amount of years ago, before anybody knew Martin Kovac. This was before the whole night shift days when he did this model, if I'm not mistaken. So talk to us, Frank. What'd you do here? Because you did a lot of work to this model. So talk to me.
You know, the suspension was it seemed pretty daunting at first, but it kind of went together pretty easy if you just follow the instructions. But this kit was missing the detail in the rivets. They were very out of scale. Mm-hmm. So
what'd you use?
I have the RP rivet tool, and I used wine bottle label, you know, the labels from the wine bottles, that foil, and I just punched out a bunch and redid all the rivets.
Oh, you did that with the RP tools, punching the die set?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, because they look raised to me. They look like rounded, like raised.
They are. They are.
But how did you get it to be like a rivet like that?
He punched that out and then slammy bam, put it on there.
No, whatever die obviously lets it curve.
Yeah, there's all different sizes. It's a conical shaped punch.
Right, that's what I mean. Does an RP tool punch and die does conical rivets?
Yes. Yeah, it's a separate hole punch and die.
It's called conical.
Yeah, well, it's a rivet maker, they call it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, man, I don't know. Thanks a lot, Frank. I can use one for Christmas, so put me on the list.
Yeah, no problem. I'll give John
Frankie.
a call.
Yep.
I gotta say, these pictures of this detail, they're hitting me right in the tingle button. Good Lord.
No,
these are
dude, this is
fantastic.
excellent, man. This looks really good. So obviously, what's the photo etch set that you use for this kit?
This was the Voyager set. Actually, that was a pain in the butt to find.
Yeah, well, they usually are sometimes. It depends.
I had to order through Easy Hobby, and I had to wait
Hobby
for it
Easy?
to come in, or Hobby Easy. Yeah, I had to come into stock.
Yeah. Well, they get everything. So Hobby Easy, for some reason, they have everything Hobby Easy. So, like you said, you just sometimes have to wait for it to get restocked, but they really do have everything.
Yeah, they're tremendous. So I drilled all the holes for the skirting, as you can see. That's not there. The photo etch for the vent covers here, the air intakes. They were quite a little task to solder together. I actually sent some photos into that of the before and afters.
Yeah, I think there's some of those, Frank. And Mr. Surfacer, or does that Mr. Putty? Is this just basic
this
putty?
is Tamiya putty or Tamiya putty.
Just to give it a little texture, right?
Just a little texture. I sand it down. It's not a cast texture, but if you look at metal close, it has some sort of grain to it.
Right.
So a light grain, and most of my kits are like that. Easy to put on. I did it after. Oh, these are the photos of the actual vent cover. So you can see it's 2 pieces.
Where'd you get that blue tape? Where'd you get that idea about that blue tape?
Like you said, tape is your best friend.
Tape is your best friend. When you're doing soldering or putting together large photo etch, or any photo etch for that matter, blue tape or any tape to keep it down is going to keep it secure and it won't move on you, and it's the best thing ever. So
All hail Rob Riv.
oh, stop it.
Hallelujah.
The other thing I use when soldering is the tack, the stick tack, like you use to hang up pictures and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of that'll hold pieces together or sideways or whatever way, things that tape won't do. But
so those rivets that you put on,
do
you just use super glue? And how fragile are they because of their shape?
No, you don't have to use super glue. I use regular extra thin.
So what is that contraption right there that looks like it's all the different it looks like that spins out or whatever? What is that to the right of the
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea.
How did you make that? Did you use that with just a rod?
Yeah, I used copper rod
and soldered it together. Wow.
Yeah, what I did is I copied the plastic piece, which was just like a thick piece of plastic.
No,
you're gonna put on.
That looks awesome. Listen, man, it's like you fucking do this model, you do this build, all this work. Well, at least you're taking pictures of it. That's the question, because once you paint it, you're losing. You would never, some people wouldn't even know what they're looking at after it's painted. They're not going to know all that work you did.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You can see the little racks on the back for the fuel tank, the spare fuel tank.
Nice racks.
I sent some pictures of those. Those are smaller than the X-Acto blade knife. The number 11 X-Acto blade.
Okay. Knife. Now, what did you do with that exhaust? Did you texture that with something?
Usually what I do is I just use the extra thin cement, and I got a very tough stippling paintbrush that I stipple it.
Okay.
And I'll sand it lightly, and it'll have a very subtle rust texture to it. I don't want it, I don't like it too hard, too aggressive.
There was a company years ago, and I don't know if anybody in the chat's going to write it, but they used to do a cast texture thing in a bottle that kind of looked like that color of that. I can't remember if it was done by MMP back in the day, or something that did this cast texture where it was already pre-mixed and you could just put it on. I don't know, maybe John Stimmitz probably remembers what I'm talking about. But yeah, Frankie, this is a really cool build. And you know what? This is like the British version of a Stug.
Yeah, and they only made 50 of them.
Yeah.
And they
really
never ever went into service. I think they converted most of them back to regular Churchills.
Okay.
They come out with the 17-pounder already.
When Night Shift painted this, he did the Mickey Mouse ear type camouflage on this, which was pretty damn cool. So this is a really cool. Here, Stimmons just wrote something. Yeah, it's something I can't remember. I know it wasn't
Rustall.
Rustall.
No.
I don't know if it was Rustall. It was something
No,
else.
I got
It
Rustall here. I have
It
Rustall,
was a cast texture.
and it's Rustall. You've got a sand grit, but with Rustall, you basically lay baking soda down, and then you cover it with their red product, and it's got black for coloring. I've got the bottles right here. It's not the same thing. It's not a cast in a bottle.
Yeah,
It's something though. It's something, John. I gotta remember. I that was a long time ago. We're talking 20 plus years ago. I don't even think Justin was alive 20 years. Were you alive 20 years ago, Justin?
Yeah, it was a lot 20 years
No,
ago. I bet you didn't have a whole colon 20 years ago.
I didn't. I did have a whole colon 20 years ago.
Your whole colon was there, not a semicolon.
Rob,
Not a semicolon.
All right, so what do we got next, Mr. Donati? Because we have two Frankies tonight, so I can't say Frankie. Look at Frankie doing little figures here.
Look at this. This is a dwarf from the Gladiator clan from Mordheim, which was an old Games Workshop game.
Okay.
And, that's a full pewter figure. A whole set of them, just game pieces. They're painted to use on the table. They're not painted to show.
Oh, this came out great though.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to paint this little guy. I painted him probably, I want to say at least 15, 17 years ago. He's sitting on there.
This is cool. Justin, if you did a little mohawk like that, you could dress up like that for Halloween.
I could do
Hey,
that.
look, it's real.
Is it a little orc of some kind?
This is a snotling, which is a small orc.
Snotling.
Snotling.
Yeah.
Snotling.
So he's fucking tiny then, because
he's tiny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, he's probably about 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch tall.
Well, those are
that is
regular
so
scale
cool.
revolvers, right?
For him, yeah.
This is really cool, Frank. Yeah, I never knew you did this stuff. This is really cool. Really,
Yeah,
really
this is
You can see color.
These guys come in groups of, I believe it was 10, all different poses, and they were one unit. Let's just call it a unit. They're just, I have them all stored in my bags. I actually, the ones I have out of my workbench, and this was one of them.
This is really, this is a nice little change of pacer type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
you're tired about
Palate cleanser.
Justin? Right, palate cleanser. This is something Justin will be all over these little guys.
Absolutely. And you know what? Honestly, Frankie, I call it a unit as well.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you do.
Different story, though. Different story.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks, man.
Fucking guy.
Oh, here we are.
Oh, this is the flatbed that you're doing. This bastard. Let me tell a quick story, Frank.
Yeah.
So we're at the Amps Nationals, and I put my stuff on display, my naked models, right? And Frankie asked me like before the show, he's like, "Would you mind if I bring a naked model to the show?" I'm like, "What the fuck do I care?" It's like I have, I have like it's my decision or whatever that I'm the only one who can have naked models there. Yeah, but this bastard comes and he like pushes all my shit to the side and puts his fucking thing right in front of mine. I was like, you got a lot of nerve, Frank.
Got to see it. So
It was great. We're gonna talk.
He said, "Move this crap out of the way."
Yeah, you stop pushing all this stuff away. All right, so hold on. We're gonna go full screen on this guy. So I know you were doing this. Is this a dragon? Is this dragon?
No, this is a saber kit.
Saber. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I mean, it's a very finely detailed kit. As you can see, my little numbers and tape all around. Those are all my sub-assemblies, so I know what's going where as I build it.
I put mine in bags with numbers, so it's sort of the same thing.
But just the truck units alone had to have about 70 pieces in them.
Oh, wow.
And they're very well detailed. They go together great, and it's a very strong structure.
I'm wondering about those little clamps too. To be honest with you, where do you get those?
Oh, Home Depot. They sell them for like, I don't know, 60 cents each.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they're in the bin by all the clamps.
Nice. It's got the rubber on the ends of them too. Nice.
Yeah, I like that style of clamp, but I've only ever seen them big, right? So
no, they're little pinchers.
Yeah, those are cool.
No
comment. We got next, Frank.
And there you go.
There's some more in here. You got some more more pictures too. But this is now. I know we were talking about this, Frank. And you're like, because when they did transport a lot of these things were pretty arranged pretty neatly on the transport. It wasn't like they just threw up everything. So I do have a picture up top coming down or more closer just so you could see the stowage that's in front. Because Frank, right?
Yeah.
They kind of like there's the back. when they transported this, that this stuff wasn't just thrown on there. Like they actually put things on neatly.
Oh,
Well,
they did. You know, it was all
Make a
out of
train work
road wheels.
properly.
Yeah, no, everything was pretty much kept together in an order. You know, they didn't want to lose anything. Sometimes where I had that extra stowage on the front in this picture, they would put a tent there. So you would see a camouflage tent, but most of the pictures I saw, they just were loaded with fuel drums, tracks,
Right.
Wheels, everything that went along with the tank. Like this tank, pretty much just coming from the factory to the front. This was going to be tank number 111.
Now, is
This
that
is-
that little stowage thing that was in the front of that? Was that that looked like something from Value
That-
Gear? Is it?
Yeah, that's Steve.
That's
That's,
Steve. That's Value Gear stuff. Nice.
Those are the deuce and a half packs. So I
Okay.
just throw it up there. It's covered, just covered tarp. You know, it tarps over who knows crates or whatever else they have.
You
up
look
there.
like if you paint that red and white, you could also double as a circus tent.
Yes, absolutely.
Now this is the Dragon kit, right?
This is that old Dragon kit.
Well, not old. This is the original, one of the original, not Smart Kit, but it was when they first released their first set of Dragon Tigers kits, if I remember right.
Yeah, this
Right?
I can't think of the name on it.
This
This is the
is-
Dumbo kit they made. You
Right.
know, had the Dumbo storage bins on either side of the turret.
Right, right. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Right.
But what I'm gonna say is they didn't these are good kits though. These aren't shitty Shanghai Imperial kits that they did.
Oh, you
No,
can see
no,
the
that
rope.
kit went to it went
You
together.
can see
really
the
well.
rope. You're supposed to be able to see the rope, Robbie.
Yeah, that's
On
the
the cover?
DEF model. Covered muzzle brake for the
That thing
Tiger
looks
one.
sweet.
Rob's like, oh, you can see the rope. You're supposed to, you knucklehead.
All
Could
they
have
did
been
was-
could have been an elastic band. I don't know if they had elastic bands back then. Fuck.
There you go. There it's fully set
Yeah.
up there, and I made the base, and I had a front plate made for it too. You know, the nameplate made.
This is
But
really good.
that's how it looked right next to you. That was right next to your stuff.
Yeah, mine's on the other side because you got relegated to the other side of the table because I had to go to the people who are running the show. And I'm like, can you get that guy's shit away from mine? He's making my stuff look bad, this bastard. Put it on the other side. And
Yeah,
they put it in front of Bruce McRae's little
Yeah,
vignette. If I don't think Bruce watched our live show. So
yeah, I saw that.
Bruce
I saw
was-
that in the picture on the intro. I was
yeah,
like, hey,
Bruce
that's-
was it was in front of Bruce's thing where the soldier was like drowning and they were trying to get him out, which was actually a really good one. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, it is. There's the Bruce
There it
McRae.
is.
Listen, outshining Frankie's thing right there, Bruce McRae.
You know, one of the details that was missing is all the lugs on the inner road wheels. As you can see, I put them.
Yeah, here you go. That's Steve Andriano. See, look, Steve Andriano, our savant.
Thanks,
doesn't.
Steve.
Yeah, he can't give you good advice about life or anything, but he definitely can give you good advice about like history and models.
I like how
Yeah.
it's like is that just a spare set of tracks or are these travel tracks and then the other tracks are underneath?
The tracks that are on it are the transport
The
tracks.
transport tracks, right?
They-
But
And
now,
then
I'll
the real
take off-
and the real tracks are the ones in front, right?
Yes,
right,
Okay.
yes.
right.
And that they have to take off the outer road wheels, which are stored in the back, really to fit on the rail car. But if they were in haste, they never did that. They just drove the tank right up on the car, got it out of there wherever they were going.
Right, but this is a really nice build, Frankie. You did a great job on this. And
Yeah,
I
I
remember
love
when
this
you were
thing.
doing it, planning the layout. Tooch, let's get Tooch involved because Tooch complains that he doesn't get involved, even though he's over there building or doing something. Tooch, what do
Shaking
you
his
think
paint
about
like a
this build?
Polaroid.
Oh, we're gonna get Tooch on the screen. Hold on, Tooch, what do you think?
Yeah,
God, I know. I love Frankie stuff, and I think he could be a decent competitor when it comes to Rob Riv naked models. I mean, this was a great piece. Where are you on this piece, though? Are you
Done. That's
this
it.
is
That's built.
this right now is in the storage bin in my paint queue. I'm gonna paint it up soon.
Yeah.
The next model I'm painting right now is that I brought it to Omicron, the ISU 152.
Yeah.
That's getting painted next because I want to have that ready for.
We're gonna
Atlanta.
talk about that. That's in here too. We're gonna get to that. That's a great. Well, here it is.
There it is.
I am going to be his loudest, most obnoxious fan when he finally gets his best of show.
Oh, Frankie Perrone. He's
Huh?
retired. He ain't entering. He didn't enter at Omicron.
I was saying,
Armorcon.
that kit we'll talk about later was retired because it took a best of at Amps Nats.
Right. The Panzer II.
Yeah.
which was a great kit, we're going to talk about that too, but let's talk about this guy. So the base kit is the Tamiya one, right? This is the Tamiya
Correct.
kit,
This
which is a
Tamiya
great
kit.
kit, man. It really is a great kit. And wow, you did some great work. I have this kit in the stash, and you know what? I don't want to build it now because I might have comparison to you and I might actually lose. So
Yeah.
I don't know about
What?
that.
I'm only kidding.
I
No, you
use
did a great-
this is the Yan photo etch kit. YAN.
Yes,
Um,
yeah. Well, they do good. Yan does good stuff. I mean, they're
Young
not.
can photo etch.
They're not. They're not. As readily available as a lot of the other ones, other companies, but they are. You know what? Demon Barber Design made me a 3D printed barrel of this for this, and it's fucking awesome. He
yeah.
also did. He also did a 3D printed barrel for the JS2 and 35th, and also in 48th for me. Excuse me, that I did for them. I actually reviewed it for the magazine. Is that a 3D printed barrel?
That's a 3D printed barrel. That's
Who-
from Yan. That came.
That is Yan. That's their barrel.
That's their barrel.
How much was it?
also
What was the
came
price
with
on it?
4 3D printed fuel tanks, but I didn't use them.
Nah, I go with the metal ones.
I went the metal ones.
What? How would you remember what the price was on the barrel?
No, it came with the kit. Came with the whole.
Oh,
photo
it was
etch
an
kit.
upgrade set.
Yeah, it came with the fender. It was a whole
Okay.
photo etch set with the barrel. The
Right.
only thing that did not come with that kit, well, 2 things, was that the top plate up on top of the barrel there. That
Can I say something, Frank, without getting you mad?
you can say whatever you
This
want.
looks suspiciously like my 148 scale JSU. That
I don't think I've ever seen
shit.
that though.
I don't know, man. We're gonna go buddy up, and we're gonna see. Justin
Here
will
we
be the
go.
decider if there's a lot of copying or something.
This is me playing around with the
I'm
cricket.
joking.
Playing around with the cricket.
Yeah,
and when I did-
this is great. You know what? I should have did that for my fucking 72nd scale decals for the Puma that I just screwed around with and painted. I
When
put the
you spilled
decals
all
on the
your microset all over it.
yeah, but it wound up working out. The decals for the turret are so fucking thick that I'm wishing I never did it because you can tell that they're decals.
Yeah, well, I don't use decals. I paint everything.
Yeah, I gotta get a cricket or a silver.
Oh, well, look at you over there.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Frankie. So
So what
Frank, oh go.
Let me tell you this real quick. For the 1151, what I wound up doing is I would scan the whole decal sheet from the kit into my computer. It carried over to another program that I bought to switch it into an SVG file. And then what I do is I bring it back to my computer and set it into Cricut downloads, and that's what I cut out on my Cricut.
Well, I'm gonna
From
be
the
using you for
decal
my
sheet.
crickets. I'm gonna send you decals to scan for me.
That's the only kind of cricket Riv likes.
Yeah.
No, Frankie, the fuel tanks. Now, did you use? Hold on. So Mike is saying really nice texture to beat up photo. It's love it. Saving this as an inspiration. Definitely, man. If you need any pictures, just
Yeah.
email or message Frankie on Facebook. He's under Frank Damon. The reason why he's incognito on Facebook is because owes a lot of money to family members. So they don't know he's on there.
Sports
I was
betting.
trying to get away from Riv, but he found me.
So Frankie, the fuel tanks. So were these generic? Were these fuel tanks like specific fuel tanks, or did you make them just from sheep brass?
No, these are the DEF fuel tanks.
Oh, the Def one. I have that. It's
Yeah.
a great set,
A
right?
great little set. That's
Yeah.
what these are.
Yeah, they're good. You just got to get the bend. Once you get the bend, soldering them is easy. It's the
It's
hardest
really-
part is getting the bend.
I think everybody should try it. Listen, you're gonna fuck 1 or 2 of them up.
You're allowed to say that.
But I'm going to
Am
tell
I?
you what to
Okay.
do though, so you don't screw it up. Want to hear it? I actually have a YouTube video on how to make these. An old one. Frank, you ever see my old
Yeah.
video?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Of making fuel tanks just to make round things. But the way you can do it is if you get a dowel at the same diameter and you roll your fuel tanks or whatever, anything around it, and then use tape it up around it nice and hard, and then you could pull either A, pull out the dowel, or actually solder the fuel tank while it's still on the dowel because it's not going to interact.
No, you can do that. I also use
And that's how you get the shape, and then you sand it
the
down. Oh
roller
yeah, that
sets.
thing too. Yeah. That's
I
I got the
use
same
these.
one from RP Tools. It's fucking
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Don't you
These
want to?
work
Don't
great.
you want to roll it so it's slightly smaller? Because when it springs, or are you annealing it? Like what?
No,
I
no.
anneal it.
You anneal it, and
You're
it's still
annealing it
going to
first?
have it's still going to have springiness to it, but
Yeah.
you don't want springiness when you're soldering. You want to solder it actually when it's nice and round.
No,
and
I
then-
know, but so when you roll it tighter and then you take the spring into account, then it
Yeah,
opens.
you can
Yeah.
do that too. but
Well,
when-
this is the way I do it. First of all, before I anneal it, and then I'll sand it. This way, I have a good surface for solder to bite on.
right.
Then what I do is I tin the edges of everything I want to solder.
Pre-tin.
I pre-tin everything.
Mhm.
So then I'll roll it. I'll have my tape ready, and I'll put the tape on it, kind of quasi, and I'll put the end cap in. Then I'll tighten the tape up around so the end cap stays in.
Yeah.
And I do that on both sides, and it's one piece. Now, if you watch Riv's video, he'll solder the seam in the middle first instead of the end caps. I like to solder the end caps first, then solder the seam in the middle. I just
Right.
feel it holds it together
That too.
in a better way.
I kind of use plastic end caps now, using to do any end caps on like a fuel tank or something like that. I kind of got one away from the photo end caps.
Yeah.
What I do now is I just use like a circle template and get a nice sharp pin, putting in a pin vise, and use a circle template and gently just keep spinning and spinning and spinning until you get your nice, perfectly round piece of disc for the end caps. That's what I use for them now. Most of my fuel tanks.
And I actually was cutting the brass ones and the copper ones with my Display circle cutter.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants.
But it does.
What I'm talking about.
It beats the blades up a little bit. So
It does. All right, Frankie, what do we got? Frankie Donati, Mr. AV producer, Frankie Donati. Okay, there's one of these guys here that we have. It's like it looks like a Star Wars walker.
No, this is what I built for the turkey shoot last year.
Oh, this is a turkey shoot.
Is this from Dust? It looks like
No, this is the Games Workshop piece. This is an Imperial Guard Sentinel. They
this is cool.
They go in packs of 3s usually.
Yeah, look at that. This is so cool. Wait, this isn't. What is this? What's the name of the company?
This is Games Workshop.
Oh, this is Games Workshop. Okay,
Yeah,
and what's the
Games
price on something like this?
This is probably about $40.
It's not terrible, but not like cheap for its size. It's big.
No, when I'm back in the 80s, you probably buy, and they were pewter back in the 80s. You probably paid $10 for them.
Yeah, well, we'll
but $10 was a lot of money back in the 80s.
After this.
Oh yeah,
this is so cool, Frank. So you did this for the turkey shoot? Yeah, this is really, and there it is, built, not painted. Nice.
Not painted. Yeah, we did. I did this for last year's turkey shoot.
Yeah, man, always fun. The turkey shoot.
Any more? Did finished pictures? I sent finished pictures, I think.
You sent a lot of pictures, which I sent to Frankie. He almost went on strike because of you, Frank Perrone. You almost didn't have Frank on tonight. He demanded more money.
There's one.
Fuck any money.
Yeah, big inspiration. Russ is saying inspiration. No. Yeah, this is good stuff. All right, Frank. What do we? Oh, look at this. This definitely took inspiration from an ATST Walker, right? It's had to have. Right?
I'm sure.
But really cool, man. This is really, really cool, man. Like this is another like.
I got a whole series. I got them in running poses where like one toe is on the ground. As it's in a full sprint running at something.
Right.
And there's a little guy inside. There you go.
Oh, that's
a whole squad.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Like running and stuff. Little groundwork, Frankie Donati type of groundwork over there. Look at that.
Yeah, that's cool as shit.
All different weapons.
Like Justin Ryan would do something like this too.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, the MK44 ammo.
Yeah, a lot of fun. The MK44 here, right?
Yeah, this was the first and only, Machine and Krieger I ever built.
A lot of fun, right? I actually built the same one, but I just don't have it painted. A lot of fun.
Yeah, this was a lot. It went together pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Those little clamps came in handy with squeezing out the leg pieces and arm pieces together to get that seam to really ooze out. So it had
Yeah.
no seam.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking going to Home Depot tomorrow and get some.
Yeah, you know what? It's this is these MAKs, man. I know we've had Lincoln Wright on the show couple of times. We did the MAK, the Marquet, what was it?
Machine and Krieger.
Machine and Krieger, but we did the contest where Lincoln Wright
Group
actually
build?
did everything. Yeah, and well, not group build. We did the
Yeah,
contest, right?
Yeah.
And this really is so much fun because you can do so much with this, and no matter what you do, it's not wrong.
And the heavy
Right.
texture on that really looks fucking awesome, actually.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I figured it was like a Soviet thing. They made them really quick and casted them and just kind of put them together.
Yeah. You didn't bring this ever to a show? You should have.
I brought it to one show. No, I haven't brought it to Amps. I only brought it to one show. That was the Chattanooga show.
Right. I love that yellow on there and everything. So hold on. So we haven't really looked at a lot of painted stuff yet, except this stuff. When we get into like your other armor pieces that the pictures that I took at the shows for you,
Yeah.
I definitely want to get into your painting too, because we're talking a lot about the build. So while Melissa's here, keep that right there, Frankie. So the yellow, what did you do for the yellow there?
That yellow is that's a Mission Models yellow. That's
What?
Yellow.
How dare you? Okay, we're
Somebody get me my pearls.
Okay, so Mission Models yellow. Okay, so what else did you do?
No, well, you see a lot of my builds have Mission Model paints. The actual blue that's actually Vallejo Air. Different
Okay.
Vallejo Air blues, and I really, I was playing around with the chipping mediums on that because I like the way the Vallejo sprays and chips. It's one
Really,
of
you
my
like the way
go-to
Vallejo's
paints.
chips? Really?
Yeah, you'll see as if you get some close-up shots. You'll look at the light blue.
So you're using a chipping medium under the Vallejo, and you don't have any, and you have a good.
Yeah.
I always felt like Vallejo was the hardest to chip because of the the plasticky type of
The polyurethane. feeling of
polyurethane
it.
resin to
Yeah,
it.
no, I never had an issue. Matter of fact, it's you can't get the hairspray anymore. The Tresemme. I still have 2 cans.
You
left.
can't get Tresemme anymore.
No, they stopped making it.
Really? Why? What the
I
fuck happened to
have
Tresemme?
no idea.
I don't know. Chipping medium seems to work fine too. Like just buy
Yeah.
the Vallejo chipping medium. It works good.
This is really okay. So the yellow,
You can see the fine chips in the light blue. How that just
yeah.
And on the stripe. Or
the
is that-
stripe, the light blue stripe I chipped, even on the arm. And that's a Vallejo white on the side plate, the armor plate. See,
Love Vallejo, but wow, this is really nice, Frankie. The weathering is really good, like very, very realistic, man. Very convincing.
it's all oil
Definitely.
paints,
Just
Cool.
layering up, just blending
Yeah,
it in and leaving it there a little bit.
different
Wonderful.
colors. Yeah, sometimes they do it. Sometimes they do them more dry than thinning them out with a Gamasol or a thinner.
Right.
It gives you texture too, right?
Yeah, and then
love
I'll take them away slightly with the same thing. You can see more of the chipping coming around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
love
love
that.
it. That's so much. That's so cool. I love it. Really,
No,
really nice.
Yeah, with chipping, like the motto for me is no chip can be too small. So once you start seeing any kind of chipping, I kind of really back off. And then I'll let it, sometimes I'll leave it alone, leave it as it is, or I'll just work it a little bit more and then stop. Because you
Right.
can
Until that
overchip.
big chunk comes off, and then you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah, exactly. And the gun is actually Vallejo paints too. That's all. I
Love
have.
Vallejo, man. If you can get the consistency down, get the flow improver in there, and get it to work, man. It's great. Definitely good stuff. All right,
Yeah, I have
Frank.
another. I have a couple of Machine and Kriegers I want to build that are in the stash. So in the future,
Yeah, man. Well, turkey shoot. What are you waiting for?
I already bought one for the turkey shoot.
What'd you buy?
I got that Rubicon Sherman.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah.
This is the thing here now.
This is the.
Okay. This is Frankie. There's another one that I took that's a little bit clearer than this. You see another one in there that's sort of the same direction, but it's a little bit clearer.
Are we gonna eventually put that?
No, not that one. There's another one in there that's definitely clearer.
Frankie, you're gonna love that Rubicon Sherman. I love the Rubicon kits.
Yeah, those 156 scale kits.
Yeah, that's it right there, Frank.
Bolt action.
All right, so talk to me here, Frankie. So we know that this is a trumpeter lowest suspension, right?
Yeah, that's the KV1.
And this is that 8K Adam Wilder thing that he released when he released that layering book.
Yeah,
right?
it's his idea of what a turreted ISU 152 would look like if you put the 152 gun in a turret. He released this. What was that? 3 years ago, I think at the SMC show, we released this turret. And
Justin, mute your mic.
He did this turret to fit on the JS2.
Right.
And everybody was doing a JS2, and me, I always have to be different.
Right.
I don't want to do the same thing everybody else does. So I'm like, this thing would look freaking amazing on a KV turret.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
you won a best Russian for this at ArmorCon. It didn't win a best of at the Nationals because of the whole nonsense of it, like as a what if.
Yeah.
Which never made any sense to me. Like, you're entering it at a show, it could compete at the show, it gets judged at the show, but because it's a quote unquote never existed nonsense thing, that there's no best of and can't be in consideration for, let's say, even a best in show. What if it's the best fucking model at the show, though? It doesn't make sense to me.
I would think that he, at the very least, he wouldn't get the research point.
You got a perfect 30 for this.
Yeah.
You got a perfect score at the Nationals for this, but couldn't be in contention for any best ofs because it had a turret that never existed. It's like, give me a fucking break.
Now, here I'm going to talk. Frankie, go back a couple shots to it on.
Look at him with the octopus too. This guy, he's got all the gadgets.
Oh, I love that octopus. Go back one more, Frankie.
Did you see how sloppy those tracks are? Those things are freaking amazing.
I'm going to tell you what. What do you think those tracks are?
I mean,
if you
they
tell
look
me
like
rubber,
freaking
if you
metal.
tell me rubber, I'm gonna
Those,
fucking.
no, those are the kit tracks. Those are the Lincoln Land kit tracks. Came
Yeah.
out
Nice.
kit.
You know what? But Trumpeter's Lincoln Land tracks are not bad.
No, they
Trumpeters
come out
think
really
like
nice.
they're amazing, man. Like
They're
yeah,
really
yeah.
good. Their Lincoln Land, their rubber tracks are garbage, but they give you they give you a choice: Lincoln Land or their vinyl tracks. So
Now look at the paint on this. This paint, this.
I want to know what you did here. Talk to me from the ground up. What's the base coats and
Well,
what you
first
did?
of all, this is all mission models. This kit.
Russian mission models. What?
I like mission models.
Russian-
paint.
Why you got to make Riv's
it's a
eyes twitch?
combination of their Russian. What is it? The OB4 BO.
4B. Spit it out, Frank. 4BO.
Yeah, the
Christ,
4BO.
you coming here.
But I
you
altered the colors with. You can see there's different colors throughout the whole turret. Those
Yes.
colors are adjusted with different tans, different yellows mixed in. So
And you're spraying a little in different areas.
right
Like to get your shadows and shit and highlights.
Well, that just also, I mean, the tank, they get faded, they get grimy, dusty, dust affects different.
This was a great piece, and man, and I love, and I hate saying it, it's fucking killing me, but this 4BO green is like a spot on green, man. Spot on Russian green for mission models.
And I just played around with it over time until I got the colors the way I like. Now here's you see the 3AP. That's an actual decal. That's the only decal on that kit. The rest of the stuff is
disappointed.
painted. But you know what that decal is from? You won't be disappointed. It's from an old Eastern Express kit.
Oh shit! Nah, that's really cool.
That
Frank.
thing
And
laid right in there, disappeared. You couldn't even see it.
now what oil paints did you use on this thing to get that color too?
Most of the oil paints I use are the 504 Abulings.
Right, and just blend them in, right? Get
Just blend them.
Industrial earth stuff shit
He
filled.
can't say it either. It's Abtai
No,
Abtai Lung.
Abtai
No,
Lung.
Abtalung.
Whatever.
Right?
Those
The-
things, you know what I'm talking
not-
about.
It's not Abtalung.
Abtalung.
All the
There you
dirt
go.
is all the actual built up dirt is a combination of Gale Force 9 texture with pigments, and I use a lot of the MIG pigments.
No, really nice, Frankie. I've
Yep.
seen this in person. This is an outstanding build. I'm a huge fan of the Trumpeter KVs. They're probably one of the cheapest when
I
it
think
comes to
that-
cost models on the market still today. They're Redbox Trumpeter KVs. They have a ton of them.
I think
Like-
they're the best KV available.
They are. I mean, listen, to me, his TV's nice, and there's some other good ones. Ryfield stuff is really good. There is still nothing better than the Trumpeter KV1s. They are some of the best models on the market to this day. Outstanding.
Yeah.
They make a perfect KV, and they're so easy to upgrade if you want to upgrade them. Because everything is separate. Like the grills are separate, the fenders are separate. It's meant. Trumpeter just gives you a perfect palette to upgrade, man.
Yeah, no, and it was a fun kit to build, and it fell right together.
Yeah.
Even adding the turret was easy.
Hold on. So Dean's like, the German in me is shaking his head to all you're pronouncing. I'm Tylong.
So
There
maybe
you go.
maybe I'm getting it wrong too. But
And
I think
Skyhawk is saying he can never get MMP to work. Because you know what? In all seriousness, so we don't argue and whatever, but mission models paints or mission models, right?
Yeah, Mission Model paints.
I don't give a shit what you think of how great of a paint it is. If you got to add something to the paint, and we're going to get into a debate that we had on the podcast, that if you got to add something like their polyurethane or whatever the fuck it is, the additive, there's a problem.
I don't use the additive.
But you're
it is
supposed to.
a little
Though.
weak if you don't, though.
Right, you're
Yeah,
supposed to, because it's too
Right.
it doesn't have that whatever the fuck they want to call it. But this is the thing.
It's what catalyzes it.
The
makes it
reason
hard.
why they don't have it in their paint and have it separate is because the additive was making their paint go bad much faster. The shelf life on their paint didn't last.
Right.
They knew this because the polyurethane went bad quickly. That's
Yeah, it
why
does.
they made it separate, and that's why the polyurethane had a very shitty shelf life. You go to your polyurethane, and like, why the fuck is it like milk now? It's like
I have none I
powdery.
can use. I had 3 bottles of it, and I've got none I can use.
Right,
Yeah,
they all go bad.
Yeah, they're all
But
fine.
you know what? You got to understand the medium. It's like any medium that you use. The beauty about the MMP paint is I don't use the poly additives. You don't need it. But if you spray it on in thin coats, let it dry, thin coats, you don't add it. You don't do heavy layers. When you start removing that paint, you don't need a chipping medium, number one. Number two, it burnishes the paint. Like if you were to sit there and rub a vehicle or a tractor, you'll get that burnish. You get the same thing.
Yeah, but it's not. But Frank,
Yeah.
you've had, God bless you. You know what? You walked across the busy road and didn't look both ways, and you got across it. But most people get fucking hit from the left and the right as they're using Mr. Model's paint because you're supposed to use that fucking additive. And the whole idea about that paint is not only is the paint, Christ, that's like 10. Their paint is like $10 fucking a bottle.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
It's up
Rob?
to all the metal paints are.
Go. It's like $8.99 for a fucking bottle of Mission Models paint. What are you talking about? And you live in Canada. It's like $100 a bottle.
No, I'm saying that. I don't recall it being super.
Look
By the way,
up,
it works
Mr.
for me. I have a
Someone
lot of use.
please, Justin, my fact checker. How much is a bottle of Mission Models paint, please? Look it up. Look at he's already going through it, man. You are muted. I know I made you mute. So hold on, talk to me.
You guys keep on going. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Look it up for me right now. The thing is this: whenever you got to add something, right? I don't want to hear about Vallejo. Vallejo sprays fine the way it is. The Flow Improver just enhances the paint to not dry quick.
Right.
Mission Models paint, I know it worked great for you, Frank. Right? Worked fantastic.
But you also don't need to add a retarder to it. It sprays just fine.
Right, and you don't have to use a retarder for Tamiya paint. What's the big
Yeah.
fucking deal? What is the point about not having to
Because
add,
Mission Models paint is a true acrylic.
right, but so is
This is what
right,
I'm
but you don't have to do it for Vallejo. You can spray it just fine without it.
Well,
Yeah.
It just makes it better.
I'm gonna tell you what. You know the new MiG Atom line.
I like
Yeah,
that.
but that's
paint.
a lack. That's
Love
that's like that's sort of like a hybrid.
It's a hybrid.
But it's like it works perfectly with all the thinners that Mission Models use, and it even mixes with Mission Models.
Right, but it also mixes with Mr. Leveling
Yeah,
thinner and everything
yeah,
else. It's like an
Mr.
8K
And
hybrid.
House of Color slow reducer.
All right, so you know why MiG
company, Justin, actually makes Mission Model. They made the Mission Model line for Mission Model paint.
you know why Mission
Valspar?
I'm pretty sure.
I think you're thinking of Createx.
Createx, that's it.
Yeah.
You know why
Createx.
MiG Ammo made Atom paint? I'm gonna be the business side of the deal. Because ammo paint is horrible. Right? The regular ammo paint.
Right.
Anybody here in the chat has ever used ammo paint, you can't tell me it's great. It's horrible, right? Can you spray it? Sure. Is it going to gunk up your freaking airbrush and not spray and
Absolutely.
spatter? Sure.
Yep.
A lot of people had a lot of problem with Mig Ammo paint. He releases, and he took a cue from AK, right? AK made the AK real colors, whatever the original recipe was or their new stuff, worked fantastic. It's a freaking no-brainer. Make a paint that's a hybrid type of paint where you're not killing yourself by being a lacquer, but you're also getting the versatility of like of an acrylic. It's combined. That's why they made their Atom paints. I think they're gonna. I guarantee you that the original Mig Ammo line is gonna eventually go bye-bye.
Yeah.
This is a no-brainer.
AK
I
real color
found-
is not that same kind of thing though.
Mission Models paint.
I found MIG at the regular MIG paints spray and work just like the Vallejo paints, just like the other non-real colors AK paints.
Right. I'm with
Because
you
it's all
on that.
basically the same thing.
Basically
Anyhow,
the same
spray
thing.
it.
Basically,
Yeah.
but Mig Ammo paint is not the acrylic resin. It's not though.
It's not.
Vallejo-
It's different than that because it's
Okay, but I don't know what-
I've always got the same results.
I don't know what Vallejo's new formula consists of because they do
Right.
have the new line and they're
I am
kind of
talking
getting
about
rid
the
of the
old
old ones.
stuff.
But I'm talking about their original one that's been around for 20 years. That's an acrylic resin base. That's why like you can peel. It's like rubbery,
Latex.
latexy. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is like the Mission Models paints never really. I've used it before. I'm not going to make this opinion without ever trying it. And Frankie, you did an amazing job with those paint jobs, man.
That's
I'm
fine.
surprised, man. I mean, Frankie Blanton, who's not on tonight, probably. Frankie's probably drinking somewhere in his freaking kilt in some bar getting punched in the face for Oktoberfest. But
He wouldn't be wearing a kilt for Oktoberfest, though.
well, he's wearing that kilt. That's why he's probably getting choked out right now.
I
It's
saw a
funny
picture
than
of him
seeing a
wearing
guy in a
lederhosen
kilt get
today.
choked out. But almost more people than not that talk about that paint
They have
and
issues.
hate it.
Yeah.
I've never like there's a handful of paint. The people, you, Frankie Blanton, somebody else likes Mission Models paint. Who is it?
Jeff Hearn.
Oh fuck, Jeff's
Oh,
gonna kill
Jesus
you. I think he's
Christ.
watching. You better be careful.
I know.
Meanwhile, back to Frank's models.
All right, we're talking. This was okay, but this listen. The room
know.
is getting packed right now. Seeing us debate. What's the price, Justin?
So it ranges anywhere from like right around $3 to right around $7.
What Mission Models?
If you look at Mega Hobby, they got it for $6.79 a bottle.
Well, that's
But-
the old stock that's been sitting there for 4 years. They're trying to get rid of it.
No, that they would lower the price.
The
in that
price
case,
has
not
gone
raise it.
down. There's a reason.
Well, no, that's $6.79 at Mega Hobby, but at other places like Galactic Toys, it's only $2.95 a bottle.
Yeah, because who's buying fucking paint the Galactic Toys?
He didn't miss anything
That's the
about
one in the
lacquers being
Bronx,
awesome.
isn't it? Isn't Galactic Toys in the Bronx?
Hobby Link has it for $4.89 a bottle. So it ranges
so I
from
stand corrected. I
$3
thought
to
it was more like
$7.
$8 or $9 a bottle. It's
Well,
fucking,
the metal paints are.
Thank you.
They're
Thank
metal.
you.
you win, Rob. You win the
All right.
debate, but it's still shitty paint, though, man. It's sort of like you know what I equate, and we're gonna move on.
Steve
You know
says
what I'm gonna,
lacquers are awesome, and I
I'm
agree.
gonna equate it like this, like the Frankie's gonna agree with me. Frankie Donati. To me, are lacquers, Mr. Hobby, Atom paints. Those are like the 2-ply fucking toilet paper. Like every time you use the toilet paper, you know it's gonna work great. Mission Models paint was like fucking 1-ply fucking snuggles, where you
Scott's-
never know if it's gonna break during mid-wipe, and then you're washing your hands for 5 hours. That's the difference between Mission Models paints and the other shit. So you keep rolling the dice with your 1-ply toilet paper. I'm gonna use the 2-ply.
Okay, go right at it. I am
Gonna
pepper.
use
You're
the
a sick
quilted
bastard,
northern.
You know that? This should have been on the podcast, or wasting it on the live cast. Though. All right.
I am a paint whore anyway, so
Nothing beat Dean saying nothing beats restoring him, Justin.
Easy there, Buckaroo. Make him
Look at it, they're gonna
eyeballs
start
twitch.
fights over here. You kidding me?
Yeah.
All right. Did I miss the bit about lacquers being awesome? You didn't. Lacquers are awesome, Steve. I did say it. All right. So what do we? Oh, this is the
Did I
Sergeant
miss?
York, right?
yes, this is the Tackham Sergeant.
How did you
Great
like?
kit.
How'd you like this kit?
Loved every minute of it. It went together nice.
I
Very-
love the Tamiya one when I was young.
I want to build
loved
one
that
of
kit.
these. This thing is fucking awesome looking.
You know what, Robbie? You would fucking like this because this
I
is right up your alley with a paint job.
Well,
The
Rob, you
only
made the
thing,
Gepard, so this would be natural for you to build, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and
we're
I
capping
love
out
building
past
Gepard
40
too.
right now. This is great.
you
We're having a
did.
lot of people in here tonight.
yeah, the
I
only
heard that a
thing,
lot, Robbie.
with this kit is the tracks. It's the actual kit tracks. They're not horrible, but they're not great. So
No,
they fall in the middle somewhere where you want to. Sometimes you want to just move on. So I wound up playing around with them a little bit. I did build the whole 2 runs of them, but I just wound up getting the.
John Bonanni did a paint job on his when it
Cool
first
out.
came out. He did a really nice paint job
Yeah,
on it.
his came out
Really,
nice.
really nice. John did a really nice. I always loved the Sergeant. This is. I'm not a big modern-esque type, if it's considered as modern, but
It's
I
different.
would like this. But I would love to build this. I think.
a
Always
nice
loved
kit.
it. Yeah, it's always been fun. Is this photo etch for it? Is this a
Yeah,
different
this
kit?
is the Voyager photo etch.
You did they make photo etch for that kit?
Oh yeah,
Oh wow, Voyager makes fucking photo etch. They're like vultures. They wait.
They're
It's
whores.
being
Oh,
released.
no.
Like
They're
a photo etch
whores.
set.
I'm not sure what this picture was where I was putting together for it. There's a little teeny somethings going on there.
No, but this I
But
love that
did
you're
send
using
you
the tape.
photos of the actual side basket that I built for that, the side rack.
Right.
I think if Frankie got them.
Yeah, that's the joke.
That side rack with the can on it.
Yeah. Look at that.
That's all soldered together. That's a couple pieces, that kit. That
Really nice. Yeah, the Sergeant York it's such a cool, interesting
It's
vehicle,
fucking
man.
badass looking.
All right,
man.
but
I
this is
love
where
it.
my ignorance is. What's the hull? From
the
what?
hull's M48.
M48. Okay.
Yeah, but it's been lengthened, as you can see in the back, because I think they put a bigger engine in this, a different engine.
All right, this was really fun.
Yes.
You haven't painted this guy yet, you said.
No, this is just sitting in a bin.
No, this is
been.
you know what? I mean, the question is how weathered do you make it? I mean, these didn't get crazy, right?
I don't think they got past the testing phase. I think they failed miserably.
Right. Oh, this never saw combat, really?
Nope.
No, never
No.
got
Yeah.
past testing.
See, even when
you
I
can do whatever
even
you
when I
want
did,
then.
even when I did my Gepard, to do super mild weathering is actually tricky. It's really tricky.
Well, isn't what the Gepard like?
Yeah,
didn't,
but my
like, the-
Gepard was the sending out one that had the cheapest.
No, what I'm
spots.
saying is I was going to say something that you told me, Rob, is that you were saying that with the Gepard, when it was really used in service, that the turret moves so quickly that people would be fucking throwing up like it's the freaking that was it the Gravitron at the fucking the carnival.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
super quick, that
Go
thing.
through restaurant. I don't think the targeting
like
system-
really fast, right? People were like, you had to get used to it because you were fucking puking.
You had to go in the whatever the thing that.
Hey Hines, you just fucking threw up over my back.
Ah,
Slow
here we
down,
go.
asshole.
This is my MT25.
Oh, this is Resin Tech, yeah, man.
Yeah, the MT25. This is my MT25E.
So you took a lot of my suggestions, Frank. That's why we're good friends. You listen to your friend.
So this one's
All hail, Rob Riv.
You're an idiot. I'm
back
talking
and
about
forth, and
Round two.
Frankie. Can I ask you a question?
yeah,
Go back to that, Frankie Donati.
where'd that picture come from? Look at that.
When I did this when I did it for the magazine, the one that I had, the entire build plate was on the rear, and you really had to clean up. Is that how yours was too?
Yeah, because they were the early ones. They were
Yeah,
the
you had to clean
original.
up the whole. I told Jan, I'm like, you got to figure out because it really was good to keep the fenders from breaking in transport.
Yeah,
But the
it was in that whole like chute. It was
and the thing is it was so
like in a
pitted.
sleeve.
It was so pitted on the back
So
when you pick it all
pitted.
up. So
Yeah, that those were the original ones. So I think you, Stephen Reed, and myself got the original printers.
I got the 48 scale one, but I wound up gifting it to Brad Belsheim. Why? I have no idea.
I got a
but
48 scale one if you need.
Yeah, I'm hoping Jan is now going to be able to start shipping back to the U.S. So I'm hoping he's going to do the KV4 and 48. That'll be great.
Is it Jan or Jan?
Jan.
All right, Jan. I'm
Considering
sorry.
he calls it Abigail, it's probably Jan.
It's with a J. It's Jan. What do you? What
Yeah,
is it?
well,
Pronounced
fucking-
Jan, as in
It's-
it's a soft sound.
It's Jan, similar to
We're going
Jan.
back to the old KV over here. This
Yeah.
is the old KV.
Oh, is it?
Earlier.
Yeah, that's the old KV that we did.
Early
Frank,
build
get with the
pictures.
program, Frank.
That's what happens when the fucking photos aren't labeled properly. Hey,
Well, that's not my fault.
There we go. There's my E. My
Is
Yeah,
this
it
like
is
the
what it's called.
ergonomy or whatever the fuck it's called?
Yep.
This
The
is really.
ergonomy.
What did you do
Those
with
are some.
bolts?
What are
with?
those massive fucking? Yeah, what is that? Is that bolts?
Those are
Yeah.
bolts. The MT. Those are the RP punch and die.
Oh my god, you're
Like,
doing
what
this
the
on
fuck?
the MT20? Are you doing this on the on Jan's kit?
Yeah.
Oh
So
wow,
what do they got? Giant fucking wrenches? Like, how does this
Yeah.
work?
Why not? Come on.
That's what they do, Rob. They put spaced armor on the KV. They did it. It's called the
Yeah,
Ekarani. It's the KV1E.
Get me the
massive
6-inch
bolt.
ratchet. Fuck.
Yeah, right. 6-inch impact gun, given the
I
Yoga
said
Douglas.
6 inches,
Well,
not 5/8. Stay
yeah.
focused.
You can see the original gray bolts. Those are off of the KV ergonomy, the trumpeter one. So I
Yeah.
just matched the sizes best I could.
Nah,
So-
this is really cool. I like that
That's
you took this
fucking
to it. You
insane,
did.
though.
Yeah, you can do anything with this because this never existed, right? This is just out of World of Tanks. This tank, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I think it was drawn up, but it was never built.
Okay.
I don't think it even got to the phase of being.
I built the one in 48 scale from Tamiya, which was a lot of fun. But I like that you're doing this here. This is really cool, Frankie.
Yeah, this kit was it's a lot of fun. I'm gonna paint it up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do it in
no, this is
a
great.
winter camo. The distress.
That's it. I want to do it. I might build. I got that MT25. I might paint it. I might
they're
give it a
fun.
shot and just paint it.
Paint it
man.
up. Put
I've
it
been
on the
painting, man. I've been painting. If anybody follows me on Facebook, I have been painting, so I don't want anybody to give me shit.
No, I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
Listen to
No,
this
you
one. Glad I could get on here tonight and listen to Riv murder the English language.
What did I? How am I burning the language? What did I do?
English.
Oh, I'm so glad I got. Who the fuck is Slowpoke? Who is that?
Slowpoke models.
He says, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
They come on with these incognito names, so I can't
Who
come
the
after
fuck
them.
said that?
Oh, Poke, you get a beer when I meet you.
There's the
That's
next
funny,
rant.
Slow. That's great. No, but this is really cool. So, Frank, are you extending the armor plating? Is that what that is with the sheet plastic?
Yeah. I brought
Okay,
it
and
down,
you're blending it in.
Yeah, all those seams are gone. That's in the initial forms of me just starting to glue it on.
No,
and,
yeah.
and fit it and clean it. But if if we got more pictures, you'll see it. Like,
No, that's all we got, Frankie.
okay. So, yeah, I had to extend it down to make the turret because the turret hung down below it. So I had to extend it to come even flush with the bottom of the turret. And then I had, I think those are the tracks from the KV, the trumpeter KV that I kind of just quasi taped on there with double stick tape to see how it would look.
Wait 1 second.
Yeah, they do
And
look
then
like.
then you'd have to build hooks or something to hold them on, right?
Yeah, I would probably do bolts, pins, and bolts.
Yo,
through
brother.
Chooch.
More giant bolt.
Yeah.
More
We get to
giant
talk.
bolts.
Rib's gone.
But you see, I
Here,
had to
let's talk about something cool. Here, guys, come on. He's gone. All right. Frankie,
there it is.
let's
Frankie,
talk about this beauty.
I love this tank.
This was this is the Dragon kit. This is Cyber Hobby kit, the 1941 kit. And I saw the photo of this 1053. I have a photo of it somewhere, knocked out. And I just had to build this kit. Once I saw that 1053 in yellow, I'm like, this kit is it. So all the markings, the crosses, and the G you'll see on the front and rear, and this is all painted. It's all painted.
As it should be.
Yep. This was a fun kit to build. This is one of those old Dragon T34s, when they came out with a million
of
of
these,
them.
Frankie. They just fall together, man. They're so much
Yeah,
fun.
they're good kits.
Yeah.
Frankie, what's the paint that you did on that though? Like the color? I know you probably use Mission Models paint, but
I did. The Mission Model, they have a German gray, but they also have a U.S. Navy green. It's like a bluish gray, so I mixed them together. So you get a little bit of gray, but you get that bluish hue, and then I added a little bit of tan to lighten it up, as you can see the light areas.
right.
Yeah.
That looks really. I mean, I love the color, and you did this on the Panzer II as well.
Very
Gala.
smooth transitions on the paint, like really smooth. It doesn't look like you did the black and white or whatever, right?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I don't usually use white or black to darken or lighten my paints. It's usually tans.
No,
yellows,
I mean when you
blues.
the black and white underneath your base coat.
Oh yeah. No,
Where-
yeah.
where that-
The base coat on this is actually it is the what the hell is it? The Mr. Hobby
Mr. Surfacer.
Surfacer 1500
black.
black.
Okay.
Frankie,
Those are the full model tracks.
Frankie, get some 1500 pink. Play with that. I've been using the pink, and I really like how.
I've been trying to do that because the pink works great under tans and desert colors. That's what you want to use under those colors is the pink.
Yeah, I did the Panzer II bridge layer with a pink base, and it came out really sharp. So yeah,
you know, I know a lot of modelers will not try. They stick to that black, or they might stick to the white, or a combination of the two. But if you start playing with tans and pinks and other, it really changes the hue of the paint, your base coat.
Yep,
and it draws it out.
Brother.
But even the G on the front, that's painted. All the dirt is again pigments mixed in with the that Gale Force 9 different size granules of sand or whatever debris that they have, so you can really thicken it up. And it's the only thing I use to put it in place is I use the Gamasol thinner, any kind of thinner. I don't
really nice, Frankie. This is another one we saw in person. You had this at ArmorCon. This is fantastic.
Frank, wait until you do spray on markings on an aircraft. That's when you're gonna have some real fun with that shit.
Especially the stencils, right?
No, you use decals for those. That's
well, you got the one-man army makes those stencils now.
They do, yeah. And I would like to try them. I've heard
and they work.
But
and I tell you what, I've been putting the one-man armies into cricket, cutting them.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, shh. Well, no, I mean, listen, you can scan any marking now, in that thing. That's the silhouettes making
the Baltic Cross I made.
I'm really pissed off that I didn't say in my 72nd scale decals. Now I'm like kicking myself here.
The Baltic Cross markings I actually made. I cut them
but those
out,
look good,
and I made those.
Dude, really nice, Frankie. Really, really nice.
I had to do that on the bottom of my 124 scale Stuka. I blew the decals because they were huge, and I had no idea how to do decals at the time. So I masked it all off and sprayed it myself with just masking the Tamiya tape. Took me forever.
Yeah, exactly.
They're about 4 inches across. You know what I mean? They're big.
Yeah. Absolutely. But you can do it. The one thing with that I found too when painting with the stencils is you got to do it in multiple layers of light coats.
Yeah,
you don't want to edge.
No, because then you get
stencils.
Yeah,
that's the only time you don't want to edge.
Yeah,
but you also got
to good.
Yeah, you also kind of spray dry because it'll wick underneath that tape, right?
Oh,
not if you hit it with a coat of clear.
Like Tamiya tape, I don't know. I've never had really a failure. If there was a failure with that tape, it was my fault. No,
it's very good when it comes to the tackiness to it.
And
it's perfect shit.
The side piece here with all the tarps on it and the logs, that's an old Legends piece from one of the Sherman kits.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about this sucker because I remember when you were trying to figure out how to go about this.
Yeah,
with this T3045, and this is 48 scale.
Before we get too deep into this, I just want to address Michael Dassey's comment about the pinks mahoganies as your bases, as opposed to the generic black. The reason why that works well is because it doesn't desaturate the colors. Using whites and blacks desaturates it and kind of makes your colors flat.
Absolutely.
Using those tinted primers will keep the colors that you choose for your top coat vivid and bright. Then you get to work with those.
But if you're going to paint a World War II German vehicle, your best colors are really that red primer to work with.
Yeah,
you'll get your most accurate hues and tones out of the German grays or German yellow.
Now this
is a Tamiya kit,
48 scale.
48 scale.
And I remember when you were going and trying to figure out these the side skirts and this rubber because this was used where again, Frankie?
This is Bosnia, right? Bosnia,
Croatian,
Bosnia.
the Balkans. This
Well,
was
Croatian, or I think it was a Croatian tank.
Croatian. This right, the Balkans War.
Right.
that
So remember when we were trying to figure out what would be the best way to do this rubber, and we found something like at Home Depot, right? Like rubber sheets.
Well, I got these off Amazon.
Amazon.
Actually, this is another. I was talking to you about it. I was talking to Benani about it. This is another night shift thing. He did a Balkans M36 Jackson covered in this, and you know what I used exactly what he used. These are those magnetic strips magnetic sheets you put on the back of photographs that you stick on the refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what that is, and it works good in every scale.
That's
And
clever.
You're just representing, the conveyor belts that they cut up from the factories to put on these vehicles to try to. I think it was. I don't know if it was a heat signature or a thermal.
That's exactly it, Frankie. It was for
Was it-
IR rockets to try to hide them from being spotted, like using infrared.
Right. And you can see I took one of those razor saws. If you look closely in some of the photos, you'll see like I dragged it across. You'll see little lines in it. That
Yeah.
look like a conveyor belt.
What's the color that you used? Did you even use color or use the regular of what it was?
No. I painted them in a NATO black.
NATO black. That's it, huh? And it's weathered it down.
Just weathered it down.
Just like this dusting and stuff, really.
Yeah.
Or lighter grays.
Yep. And here you go. There's mission model paint right there.
That's right.
But you
Keith,
can
you know what,
lines
Frank?
in
We
it.
used to be really good friends, like really good friends. That they might be coming to an end soon.
You love me, Rib. You know it.
They might be coming to an end.
You
What do
can
we got?
see
What Russ is saying? Holy, I remember juggling that yeah, Russ. I remember, yeah, Russ actually we was talking about that at that ArmorCon 2 years ago, right, Russ? I think it was not obviously it wasn't this year, it was the year before.
Yeah.
And you did a great job on that, Frank. Excellent job on it, man.
Yeah.
That was for the Posse 48 scale group build, or
Yes.
group
Yes,
build,
that
right?
was for that group build.
Yeah.
Back with their 100th group build.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. 100.
Really good. You know what, man? It's like this is again, Frank.
Another
This
one I dig.
This is taking a subject and making it your own, doing something different, right? Getting out of the monotony of like the same shit that everybody does.
Yeah,
Justin,
well, you
right-
see, I definitely like to do different stuff. I don't
Riv,
like to
who
build
is
run of the
Frankie?
mill.
You're an idiot.
Run of the mill stuff. I don't like to build.
Yeah, this is really, really awesome, man. Very inspiring to see this. Definitely, really nice.
But if anybody wants to contact me, they have any questions, I'd be more than happy.
Yeah,
to
man.
answer
Absolutely.
questions. I'm always learning.
It's on his
No.
OnlyFans page though, so
Yeah, Dean
This-
is also saying, what's the purpose of those tops? Yeah, it was the infrared, right, Frank?
Yeah,
Frank?
the infrared, anti-infrared, the rubber conveyor belts that they just glued, whatever, bolted on. That was it effective? I don't know. All right, this is the mini art GMC 6x6 truck. Again,
did they make a tow truck with this thing too? Out
yeah,
of this thing? Yeah.
you'll see the pictures. This is as I'm building it.
Oh,
painting it,
okay.
building
Yeah,
it.
this thing's
I
awesome.
just
I want
don't
one.
have a finished picture of it.
Oh,
Here,
this is
Green
the
Dome.
one.
Robbie
This one
Adams,
sucks.
here you go, buddy.
I remember when
There's
you were
the crane,
painting
there's
that,
the-
Frankie, because you were sending me, Frankie, you sent me pictures of the roof when you were weathering it, if I remember right.
Yeah,
Trying to
that's-
figure out if it look how real, and it was. You did a great job doing it. And look at this with the crane. Talk to us. What
Yeah,
did you
this
do
shit's
here?
awesome,
Talk
man.
about this.
Fucking
Is that
love it.
plastic?
That's all plastic. That actually is painted in. It's kind of funny because I went from a red, covered that with a yellow, and then the only way you could get orange to actually take on anything is you got to put it over a red or a yellow, and this is over yellow to get that orange to pop. But that's the color that was in the instructions. But this kit is
It's another
it's
good
a
call for
plastic-
paint primer.
Did
Yeah.
the kit? This is kit, right? This is
the part of the mini art kit. This is what
yeah.
came
So
out.
did they give you the chain as well?
Yeah,
Huh?
that's the chain that came with the kit.
Yeah, so cool, Frankie.
This-
This is great, man.
It's
Mini art madness. That's what I
Yeah,
always
well,
say.
Oh my God, the amount of parts in this kit is incredible.
Yeah, Stimmitz just John. I think John just was it Stimmitz who just really liked the rusty roof, and you did a really nice job with the roof because that looks really, it looks realistic, like right in the center where like the sun would be beating on it a little bit and breaking the paint down.
Yeah, this is me actually doing the chipping slowly. Again, I'm going to tell you, you're going to hate me, but this is all mission model paints, and you see the patina coming through.
Frank, hold on a minute. Hold that thought, Frank. Frankie Donati, you are my pre-screener. You were supposed to ask those prerequisite questions to these guys, so we know when they came on, we wouldn't be hearing all this bullshit about Mission Models paints. Man, very disappointed in you. We have to I know we renegotiated your contract, but we might have to null and void that for just
John, thank you. I appreciate the
dereliction of duty on your part, Frank.
Hey, Frank, Mobius Models has a 24 scale tow truck. I'd like to see you do.
I'll try it. I'll give it a whack.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I got one in the stash. Maybe we can hook up a buddy build because you know me and my buddy builds.
Yeah, I'm in.
Thunder Models also makes one. I don't think it's the one that has the double front tires like that, but
Now this paint, this paint has no poly additive in it. This is the paint right out of the bottle.
I don't know, man. Maybe you got like the Mission Models whisperer. You're able to use their fucking paint without the stuff that you're supposed to put in.
how long are you letting it cure for before you do something else to it then?
Then you do this maybe 5-10 minutes after you paint.
10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's working, because it's falling off.
No, well, listen, you got to be very when you chip this or work with it, it's pretty much you got to dip the brush in water and you got to actually dry
true,
the
Dave.
brush off pretty much on a paper towel, the way you get no water coming off it. If you have water coming off it, you're just going to turn the paint into mud.
Right. And clear coat after the fact is pretty important. With
I
this.
was interested
Yeah.
in this picture.
Yeah.
You painted all the doors and everything on the sprue still like that?
Yep.
Just made it easier, huh?
This made it easier to hold everything. Paint them all, put the decals on, everything.
If the doors
No,
are gonna
Rob,
be, if
he
the doors
actually-
are going to be closed, then sanding that
Justin,
shit.
why, Justin?
He actually painted and constructed the doors and then glued them back on the sprue for the photo.
It was rhetorical, Justin. Fucking rhetorical.
I got to tell you though, this kit was, there's a lot of parts to it, and again, I think Mini Art over engineers their kits for some strange reason. But this kit was a lot of fun to build.
We have to have a serious
I don't
discussion
know,
as a
man.
group.
I just think that you still can't get that real fidelity without all those parts. Like it's a pain in the ass, but when you build everything in layers and it's separate and everything, it looks much better than because a mold is never perfectly square because you would never get it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't remember the term that BJ used to tell me, but everything is like slightly, just very slightly, so that it can come out of the mold, right?
Yeah. No, you're right. There you go. I soldered that photo etch grill together.
Excellent.
Made it look kind of raggy, so on an older truck.
Right. Did really good. And listen, I built one of their gas trucks a long time ago, though. It's been a few years. Yeah, there's a lot of parts, but you know what? They're really fucking nice kits, man. If you can get through it, they're really nice. And you did a great job on the build, Frankie. Really good job.
Oh,
and the paint job at SmackDown. Mission Model paints aside, you did a good job.
Hey, I wish I would have kept this one. Somebody really.
What'd you give it to?
I gave it to a family member up in New York, so it's up there.
All right. Well, listen. How many models can you keep? Right? You got to start giving away your shit too.
No, I don't mind sharing my builds with people. Like that T-34 we did. Stephen Reed wanted it, so we traded kits for it.
Nice.
At Amps Nats.
What, T-34, the German one?
Yeah.
You gave that to Stephen Reed?
Yeah. He really loved it. He's like, I love that. I'm like, go ahead, take it.
What is fucking Stephen Reed? You know what? I hope he hears this.
Okay. Next time I see you at your show, I'm gonna be like, I love all your pieces.
Yeah, everybody.
Whatever you want, I'll share with you.
Adam, don't do that, because then you're going to make me ship them back to you, buddy.
You're right. You're right. That's exactly what'll happen.
I'm the only person who gave me a gift was Misi, and the only reason why Misi gave me his 48 scale 38T is because he didn't want to fucking bring it back to New Zealand. He's like, just keep it.
Look, I've got one of my most prized possessions is a Rob Adams original Merkava.
Meese's so dreamy.
That was only
though.
because he
Really
didn't want
nice
to
that
take
everybody
that back
gets
to Canada.
you know what, man?
Meese's
True.
so dreamy.
You know what? Fuck, I don't want to say it on this live
Still love
cast.
it,
We'll get
Adams.
banned from YouTube.
Adam has one. You have one.
Oh my God! All
Gar
right,
has
so-
one. Frankie has my Horton 229.
Everybody
Yeah.
here got gifts from
Frankie
Rich.
has your
and
Horton. I
got
hear a
nothing.
who.
I hear a who.
Perrone got a.
That's going to go to IPMS National.
Look about
No,
it.
We'll see.
Frankie D.
All right, now I'm gonna start. I'm starting to get upset here. I gotta get. Now I'm pissed.
What do you want, Riv?
Switch
I'll
the
make you
story.
something.
No, I don't want
Oh,
nothing from you guys.
shit.
Nothing. I don't want
He
anything.
says, "I'll make you something."
I'll make you
Um,
something.
Rob
batch of
Adams.
cookies.
Rob Adams got the border models Merkava before it was even available. I was able to get it from him. He got a nice to me F-35C. He got nice,
Yeah.
right? Nice.
And
Don't you
the
know who I
Mercado-
am?
Holy
Rob
crap.
Riff.
Fucking Frankie Perrone got a fucking nice Rifles model, the Panzer 3J recently.
Well,
too.
the
that's because-
Frankie
F-35
Donati
was
got
part of
half
the-
my, got it like a third of my stash.
A
That's
third of
because
your
I got to
stack.
look at your
Yeah,
name.
right.
with my
16
children
scale
in it.
kit included.
Yeah.
Fucking Justin, I don't think did I ever get anything for you, Justin? I'm glad because you're an asshole. And
I'm waiting on that
Santucci.
16 scale Ontos.
Wait,
You
Riv,
want the Antos, you said, right?
Riv,
Yeah.
you
I'll
got
get
to share a room with me.
Dude, Perrone, hold on a minute. Frankie, Justin, we got to take a quick segue here. Maybe people are going to laugh out of this. Fucking Frankie Perrone. You wear a CPAP machine, Justin. But your CPAP machine, it sounds like fucking Darth Vader and the freaking the fucking thing where he's fucking getting in the tank in freaking Rogue One. Frankie Perrone wears a fucking CPAP machine. You would never know that he's got a CPAP machine on him.
He didn't
Well,
even.
that's because he's well off. We're not.
He's got the high end.
Fuck, he's like, dude, Frankie Perrone's got like the freaking Rolls Royce of CPAPs.
Mine
never
is
even-
mine is
Nothing
one
be-
step above a face hugger.
Mine too.
Nothing
Yo,
beats.
they have those masks.
No.
Justin.
Adams and I shared a hotel room. Nobody beats Scott Watico.
He wears a CPAP too.
And he
Yeah.
doesn't put any fucking water in it at all.
I don't either.
Right? And half the mask is missing. So he
I
looks
really
like-
wanted to. You know what? I'm not. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I'm gonna video it because we might be at the Airbnb. I'm either staying with Justin in the hotel who wears a CPAP. Scott Watico, you telling me wears it now, and Frankie. We're gonna do a test of what happens
When I
when
travel, I risk heart attack because
when the
I ain't
hose
bringing
gets
it with me.
kinked or something. If what happens while they're sleeping and the hose either comes out and disconnected or gets kinked, we're gonna do a test to see if.
Did you ever see? You've seen Independence Day, right? When Harry Connick Jr. was like, "I can't breathe."
All right.
Dude, I would-
Meanwhile, back to the tanks.
Dude,
Yes,
we were at
meanwhile,
hold on
Yeah.
a minute. I was at an ArmorCon years ago. It was me, my buddy Lou. That we always see Lou, the thing scrolling across the bottom. Matt, this guy Matt, as well as our buddy Marty, and Marty was a CPAP. He was driving me crazy. And we're arguing. I'm like, I can't wait till you go to sleep. I'm gonna fart in your CPAP machine. I'm gonna kill you in your sleep. He's like, you better not fart in it. He's like, you can't do that. I can get really sick. You can get bacteria in there. I'm gonna fucking fart in your CPAP machine. And he went to bed. He's like, he could barely sleep that night because he really believed I was gonna. You know what? We talked about this on a show, I think, once before. I was like, what would be the headline? Like, man kills friend by farting in CPAP. What a headline for a paper.
That's a
You want to
National
sell
Enquirer
papers?
headline.
That's selling papers, man. Holy
Man.
cow. I was like, we're gonna test it out tonight to see if I can kill you by farting in your CPAP machine. Oh, that would have been hysterical. All right, so Frankie, Panda 2F. This is awesome.
No,
Best-
this is the J.
I
the
think
J.
that Rich
Hey.
hit my stash tonight. And he's yeah.
Panzer 2. This one best German armor at Amps Nationals this year.
Yeah, and I got to look at your name in my build room.
My
now.
name is on the plaque. Thank God, it's fantastic. I said
I'm still
he
waiting
wins it.
for
I
my
go, you
check.
get to see my name on that plaque every time you
I'm
look
still
at it.
waiting for my check.
You check. Oh,
This,
wait,
is,
this is
this
yeah.
is the Hobby Boss kit.
and now is it accurate though, Frank? Is this an accurate kit?
You know, it probably is close, but I don't think it's 100%.
Okay, and I always love the look of it. It's so cool.
It is.
And you used the kit barrel, huh?
I used the kit barrel. You
Wow.
know what it was? Aftermarket. I was looking for aftermarket. This kit's an older kit. There wasn't a lot available.
Right.
I've been wanting to build this. There's nothing for this thing outside of what you did to it, Frankie.
I used the photo etch that came in the kit. I'll tell you, the worst part of this kit really was the running gear. They give you these little, I don't know what it is with Hobby Boss and it's probably some other companies out there, but they give you like nothing to put the road wheels on. Like
yeah,
a little nub.
Remember, they are a subsidiary or they're part of Trumpeter now, but I don't think that Trumpeter has anything to do with their molds and stuff. I just think they like just took over their kits. I don't know, right?
Yeah, they just took over the kits and they're probably stamping them out of the original molds.
Wow, look at it. You didn't. You know what, man? Wow, you used a lot of the kit, like the jack brackets and everything, the jack brackets or the kit brackets.
Yeah, I couldn't get anything.
But you know what? It doesn't matter. Not everything has to be detailed to the hilt, because if you paint it well, it's going to look great.
Which he did.
Yeah.
And he won
Right.
the
It
award
doesn't
for it.
matter, right, Robbie? You don't
Yeah,
have to, you don't have to fucking do it all up like that. You
You're
know?
right.
See how
That's what I said. A good paint job can make a shitty kit look good.
Right.
Now look
Absolutely.
at the the Tamiya putty I did for the texture.
Mm-hmm.
That texture is like 4 different layers.
Now,
of
is that
texture.
putty and extra thin together, or just the
Yes.
putty?
But I don't stipple it on. I made this tool and I kind of spread it on, and I have another tool that kind of you see a little bit of grain. It makes it a little rough. I dab it and then I'll sand it to where it just gives you a little bit of a grain in the metal.
Right.
It's not a cast. It's just a grain.
No, I like that. I like that
All
a
metal
lot.
has a grain.
Frank likes getting high on all the glue and putty
I
while
do.
he's doing this. Fuck yeah, he does.
Yeah, this is great. This is really great, Frankie.
But what I wound up doing too is I wound up filling all the fenders because they give you all the location holes. And I wound up filling all those because you never know what you're going to put where or how.
Mm-hmm.
And I just make things work the way they fall in. As we go later, maybe you'll see. What I do is I use stretch sprue to fill the holes. So
Frankie Donati, did I give you that Panzer One that's kind of like this, that kind of looks like this? Did I give you that kit?
Go back to the. Sorry, Frankie.
Which Panzer One? Which
Go
Ross?
back to the one where all this
They
stuff
did
was
the
on the side.
Bronco
There you
kit.
go. Okay, thank you. So, are you doing all the texture around all the detail? Everything's been glued plastic to plastic, or can you glue it on after the texture's done?
No, I texture everything before things are glued on.
Yeah, you did it separately, Rob.
Yeah.
Before things are glued on. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the turret might be pretty much together, but the mantlet's definitely.
No, but I'm talking about like the fenders and all these big.
No, he's
things
texturing the sides of the hull and then putting the fenders on.
Yeah. Yeah. The fenders go on after. Because what happens when you glue the fenders on, it kind of melts into the it'll melt into that Tamiya putty. And you won't have.
That's what I was wondering, because the glue would obviously react very well with it.
Right.
So,
yeah. Oh, it sucks it right in, and you don't have any kind of seams or any kind of spaces.
All right, perfect. That's good.
I find that this picture humorous with the missing piece of the fender and that tiny little itty bitty Hitler mustache of tracks in the middle.
You know what the cool thing about this tank is, Justin? Is that this tank has the same thickness front armor. The front armor thickness on this is the same as a KV.
No shit.
Yeah. They called this the Tiny Tiger.
Yeah. And it was mostly used by police battalions. I did this kit in 72nd, and I want to do this one. After Frankie started, I'm like, fucking asshole, now I can't do this one ever.
Yeah, 72nd, man. That's like, you got to have that Micro Machines guy talking really fast at your bench while you're building it. Jesus.
Oh, dude, it's a Flyhawk kit. I told Frankie if he wants to do braille scale, the Flyhawk kit is impeccable. It's beautiful. It looks fantastic. So
yeah, this is
I
really.
can only say that because you can barely see it.
Can we go back to a painted one, Frankie, really quick? Because we're going to be kind of slowing down here because it's getting.
Well,
late.
that's pretty much all we got except for his S101.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Let's look at that. But I want to just look at this. Hold on. Don't go to the end. I want to just take a look at the paint job. He did a great paint job on this again, too, Frank. And this is well deserving of that best German subject. You did a great job because it's an interesting piece, right, Tooch? At AMPS, not many people building this kit, and you did a really damn good job on it. And, with the exception of the paint that you used, it's excellent.
Let it go, Riv.
Never. Dude. This is great though, Frankie. Really, really good, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This kit.
Really fun, and this is very inspiring too. And you did it, and even with the whatever
Come on, I added the bucket. Every German vehicle has a bucket. See
not
my
just the bucket, but you also did the red and white like wooden plank or whatever on the back, which adds a nice little depth of color on the back that breaks up the color. This is really just well done all around. This is an excellent model. Excellent.
Thank you.
I expect it as a gift next time I see you.
You got
John Stimmitz is asking any reason why you use thin Tamiya putty instead of Mr. Surfacer 500 or 1000. I have my own answer.
I like the Mr. Surfacer, but Frankie, why do you use the putty in the?
I know. I just like the way it works.
I think it's John. I think it's kind of like the same.
601.
It bites pretty hard though. Like you're not
okay, but remember we talked about this once before, and I'm going to give you the reasoning why I really like to use Mr. Surfacer other than the Tamiya putty and the Mr. Tamiya and the cement. Is Frank, if you got to remove it, you can't.
No, right? You can't.
So you sand it.
I understand you can sand it, but with the Mr. Surfacer, if I need to remove it from places or go someplace where I don't want it, or if I have to remove it and move it, I just take lacquer thinner on Q-tip and I can remove the whole Mr. Surfacer off my thing.
Yeah.
And it's not marring the plastic. You can't fucking take that Tamiya putty off with if it was just a putty you could, but once you put that extra thin in there, that fucking staying.
So you don't put it where you don't want it.
I understand that. I'm giving the reason why I don't do it.
I'm with Frankie Perrone. That's what I prefer when I'm texturing. It's durable. You can sand the shit out of it and get.
No, absolutely. But I'm just saying what the perk is of not using is that it can be removed.
I think it's a 6 or 1/2 dozen of another. It's what you prefer over what it's not. There's nothing that's wrong or right. I get what you're saying. I might try that to see if I need to remove it.
I'm just you don't think it's all nasty. I'm just saying it. I think it's just a white. You're all defensive here.
No, I'm not.
You didn't get defensive like this about the Mission Models paints. You're getting shit over to me and buddy. Christ, man, it's the type of they're in. All right, let's talk about this last guy that you started working on, which is pretty damn cool. And
that unfortunately, that fucking Burnside guy had this for sale, and I had to buy it.
Yeah, Rob. Need another one.
This is the trumpeter SU-101 SPA. There was 2 of these actual vehicles made April, and they were tested May 1945. They were tested very successfully, but they just didn't feel at the end of the war they needed to produce this vehicle. So there was only 2 of them made. But what?
Oh, go for it. No, I was going to ask you a question. Go
ahead.
No, I was going to say, you made these fenders. There's no fenders for this kit. You made them, right?
Well, they came with plastic fenders. I removed all of them.
No. But you made these from scratch.
Yeah, this is your latest thing that you're doing.
So how did you make the ribbing on the fronts? Was
made from 35 gauge copper sheets.
Now, how'd you do the ribbing?
What I did was on the original fender, they had a reverse ribbing, which was backwards and not correct.
Okay.
So what I did is I laid the copper on that, and I took a ballpoint pen.
Look at
ran it in that channel to duplicate the ribbing.
Very nice.
The ribbing.
Perfect.
So,
maybe that was their intention. They just forgot to give you the copper sheet to do it.
Yeah.
And the ballpoint pen.
The ballpoint pen.
Use the Bic.
Comes with a new pen.
This is all soldered together in pieces too. The side fenders are all. There's 1, 2. I think there's 4 pieces total on that. With the glue, the glue connections.
So did you use the kit fenders as the measurements?
Yes.
So what'd you do? Did you put tape on the fenders, cut the tape, and then put it on a fender, and just superimpose the tape onto the fender on the metal and then cut, or
just line them up and mark them with a X-Acto knife? Just a little score with the X-Acto knife, and then use a straight edge score and snapped, and then bent everything with the.
So the copper snaps clean if you score it a couple times.
Yeah.
Just like brass. Yeah.
Just those
really nice, Frank.
All lined up, ready to go.
Really cool, Frank.
I started making the toolboxes. I got to make one more toolbox for the other side.
Frank, you're hanging out with me too much, man. You're building. No painty.
I know. I just enjoy the build right now.
Yeah, you see? See? No one's getting mad at Frank, though.
I ordered
I
the
will.
workable hinges. I'm waiting for those to come in. For
Nice.
The front
Okay.
fenders.
Would you get the Voyager or the Tamiya?
Aber.
I mean, or the Aber?
Aber. I got the Aber ones.
They're good too.
I
Yeah.
was like, Tamiya makes workable hinges.
You know what I'm
What?
fucking talking about? Dude,
Those are just just a couple of photos just to show you the fenders fitting on. I just got to do a little bit of cutting and adjusting, but they're gonna go. What I'm gonna do is finish. I started doing all the channels for the weld seams, and I'm gonna do all the weld seams, and then I'm gonna glue the upper and lower all together and do the whole seams
Nice.
around the bottom and the front.
really cool.
And then I'll start it here. I'll start pinning all the.
See, Rob is saying he knows where the kit came from. He said, man. Dude, remember the Panther 3J that I got from you, Rob? Fucking Frankie commandeered it on my way home. He's like, I need that kit.
Rob said I couldn't leave unless I bought something.
Frankie, listen, man, this was great stuff. Frank, we had a great show tonight. We almost hit 50 in the watching live, which is great.
This was a lot of fun.
And the chat was
Yeah,
booming. Listen, this is what it's about. This is why we're doing this. Now, can we just do a podcast and then have once every 3 weeks? But we want to come on once a week. But I want to make this for everybody. I want other people to come on, even people that are in the chat. Anybody who's in the chat, I want people to come on and have fun. You don't have to. You can be a part of this. We can get 10 people in here. That's why we're kind of doing the on the bench type thing more. So people on here for an hour and a half. You come on for 15 minutes. We talk about your build. We'll have a couple of laughs. But on that, next week is Halloween. So we would normally do an on the bench next Friday, but I don't know if we're going to do it on the bench next week and just do a Thursday show or do a Thursday on the bench. I don't know, but we're going to have to figure that out. But I am going to say that I said this at the beginning. Episode 39 of the podcast is going to be dropping the minute this show is over. The episode 39 is going to go live. So if anybody wants to listen to the new show, the new episode of the podcast, it's going to be live in 5 minutes when we get off of here. I'm going to hit the button to send it live, and it's going to be available for people to listen to. This is a continuation of our live discussion from ArmorCon about the touching and the models up in PacCon, and I'm sure people who are going to listen to it, some people, right, Justin? Frankie, you were part of the discussion on the live. You were on the live show.
Oh, yeah.
And this.
Don't touch the models.
But this time on this episode, I got Tim Ryan on. We got Tim.
Don't touch the models.
Right. We got Tim Ryan on, who was the guy whose model was being touched in that picture. So we're getting inside information now because Tim, who was the guy who had the model touched, was on the fucking whole episode. Now we talked about for an hour about that. And it's funny, and it's gonna be say some crazy shit on this one, man. This might cause some big problems. I don't give a shit with them. IPMS. Ooh, IPMS is mad at you. All right.
What are they gonna do? Fire you?
They're gonna be all coming out. I'm gonna have the show, and they're gonna see all the guys in there walking, coming after me really fast.
They'll be like Austin Powers. No,
stop.
Right. We're gonna be seeing those guys that fucking touch the model at PacCon, like fucking wobbling down the fucking aisle coming after me. So listen,
thanks,
man.
Tim. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this was a great show, but I want everybody to listen to this episode. This was really fun. For the next episode 39, it's going to come out tonight. Frankie, this was a blast, right?
It was a great time. Man. I always had a play. Anytime I'm with you guys, we have a good time.
Yeah, Frankie, I love you, man. You're a good friend, and we have a good time. It's always a good time. Donati really did a good job with the AV tonight. I'm very impressed, Frank. I was a little worried there. We would have to replace you, I think. But
even though I sent a million photos, I did send you photos today. The fuel tanks I scratch built for that SU-101.
Frankie, you sent 156 photos. That 157th did not get sent to Frank because I think that 157th photo might have actually put him over the edge.
It's all right. I would have bought him dinner.
Frankie would have like slices. He would have cut himself up with the X-Acto blade, like in Hellraiser, what's it? What's the pinhead? Hellraiser 2, and the guy's got the fucking razor blade on the mattress to bring him to Frank back and whatever's back. All right. Well,
man. Well, I just gotta let you know, Riv. The Islanders are up 7-2.
Oh wow, Dropkick Murphys. Look at this. Fucking Red Beach knows Dropkick Murphys. What is this? I know he's from Boston, but how does he know about those guys? All right. Well, listen.
Rob's a home run. He's a great guy.
Rob is. You know
Hell
what? I
yeah.
feel bad, man. I wanted to get Rob and Robbie listening. I actually said it on this. You actually hear me say it on one of the interviews that we did on this next
Oh my
episode.
god, that was fucking hilarious.
What happened? What'd you put up, Frank?
Put it up again.
Put it up, Frank.
Put it
What'd
up.
you put up?
Oh my God.
Fucking fun, right, Frank?
Always
Oh,
having
Lord.
fun, brother.
Holy shit,
Fucking
that was
fun.
fucking
My expense,
awesome.
right?
That's because
Now you know what you know what I should take my ribbons here from these guys because I do control what gets in the outtakes of the podcast. And a lot of the times it's me saying something about Frank or Santucci or Rob. Very rarely about Justin. It depends, but sometimes
Dude,
there's
did
some.
you see that?
But there is.
I thought
I did leave an outtake in the next episode. In this episode, where I was away from the mic for about 5 minutes, and these guys were fucking saying some nasty shit about
That
me.
was good. That was
And
good.
I'm listening back. I'm like, what the fuck? These guys got some nerve talking about me behind my back. At least I say it in
That's
front of you.
hilarious.
Yeah. Well, listen, this was always fun. What I was saying about Rob from Red Beach Studios,
Red
I
Beach
wanted
Farm.
to get him on an interview at the show, but things got so crazy, and Rob was vending, he couldn't get out, but we're gonna get Rob on over here on a live cast, and get him on a podcast as a guest. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but we got to do it. I think we're gonna try to get Matt McDougal on next, right? Is that gonna be our next guest? It looks like
Saturday.
on a Saturday. It's not gonna be this Saturday,
Oh.
but it's gonna be on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Can't record this Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna sign off, guys. This was a lot of fun. Frankie's now getting fidgety. He's starting to
Had a bit.
rock.
Had a bit.
I got a big day tomorrow.
Frank, we all got big days. We all got jobs to do. We got families. We got responsibilities. Frankie Donati is not the only person who's got shit to do on a Friday. Trust me.
That's right. And I know that. And that's why I'm sitting here. So shut the fuck up and finish this fucking live stream.
Why are you gonna get nasty for? You get all nasty. I'm just freaking breaking your balls.
Here's what you're like when we pre-start this show with your, you know what? I'm going to fucking renegotiate the contract. You know, you're going to pay you less. You don't pay me fuck all.
Frankie's even wearing this insanity. We got new insanity shirts getting made, so we're gonna let everybody know. And I know some people are like, oh, you never said this shit, but that's Santucci's department. He's been in charge of that, so we'll
Been
see
waiting
how-
for my sweatshirt.
sweatshirts. Right.
Did you pay for it yet? Please tell me you did.
You're hurting me,
Would you remember
Jesus
if I
Christ.
had? I've been waiting for years.
dude. This is bad.
Well, I
man. Come
wouldn't.
on.
But I'm not the treasurer, and there's a good reason.
This is what
why.
happens when I don't control the fucking the stuff here, All right, we got to sign off. People are getting fidgety, but this was a great show, Frankie Perrone. I really
I had a
appreciate you
blast.
coming
Thanks
on.
for
I mean,
having
I'm
me.
glad the Islanders are winning too.
72.
All right, we're gonna sign off here. So let's do our pleasantries and sign those. All right.
Don't
So
leave,
for the-
Frankie. Don't leave.
Don't leave
I
yet.
go
You got to
to
stay on. We're gonna go backstage. We'll come back on. All right, guys. We appreciate everybody in the chat for coming on and again. So we're gonna see how it goes next week. We'll figure out next week. But this was a good show, and I appreciate everybody participating and watching. Santucci was here. He talked a little bit. I'm sure once we sign off, I'm gonna get an earful about how he wasn't allowed to talk, as usual. Right, Tooch? Any parting words, Mr. Santucci?
Wait. Because it's funny. It's like, Steve, want to Tooch? And then you continue on. I'm like,
All right, Tooch. Anything you want to say?
I'm just here. I'm painting. I'm happy.
No. How do you think the show went? Did you have a good time?
Oh, yeah, I had a good time. I got a good time. Yeah.
Anything to say
I'll
to
never
any of the
forget
guys in the
hours
chat?
back in my life.
Anybody? Anybody?
No. Hey, 50 people's awesome. Take that, Mike Outlaw, for like 12 and his. No, I'm like,
Oh shit! No, they got
Shit.
they have 2 chats going. They have 2 rooms going, so there are a lot of people on that Sunday thing.
Oh yeah, they do. No. This
Between
is awesome.
Jason and Mike, they get a lot of guys.
So to those who are on the chat and watching, don't be afraid. Reach out to any of us to get on. We'd love to see what you have and talk about what you do.
Right.
that-
And I want to do, and this is now an old joking aside. I want to get this out for anybody who's watching or going to be watching this after the live and after it is live. I am definitely going to be putting a post up beginning of next week regarding our charity auction that we're going to be doing. We got a lot of stuff already for the auction, a lot of stuff. Now we're looking to have about 100 items to do, because more than that might take a long time for an auction, and we want to do it within a 5 or 6 hour period. The charity auction for helping vets. So we're trying to finalize that and figure out all the details. So next week, I'm going to put a post up talking about it and letting you know if anybody wants to help out, anybody wants to donate any unbuilt models and or any products or anything, or wants to send anything for the charity auction, it will be cataloged. You will be mentioned about what donation you did make as the show goes on, and 100% of the of whatever was auctioned is going to go to helping vets. So nobody's making any money. You know us, we don't ask for money from anybody. So no Patreons, no nothing. So this is not about making money. This is about helping people. Just like we want to give content for people to have a few laughs and maybe be inspired, we also want to try to help some people and use the platform to try to help people in need. So keep an eye out for that. All right. And also episode 39 is going to launch right when we get off of this. It's going to be up on the Buzzsprout feed, and hopefully within about 5-10 minutes will be on Apple and Spotify and things like that. But I will make a post on the Facebook page. All right. So for the Modeling Insanity Podcast TV, I'm Rob Rev, Justin Ryan.
Hey, everyone, have a wonderful evening.
Steve Santucci.
Build what you like, love what you build.
Rob Adams.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Frankie Donati.
Thanks for spending your time with us, buddies.
And our special guest, Frankie Perrone.
Thanks for coming, everyone. I had a blast tonight.
All right, guys. We do appreciate everybody being here. So be safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah.
Hey,
There
hey.